love, it's your related girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to you all with some commentary about Lemuel's, ain't that how y'all say it, Lemmy's interview with the Breakfast Club alongside of Natalie Nunn. We've seen over social media the buzz about Natalie Nunn and her whole Charlemagne, calling Charlemagne out and everything like this. And we finally get to see them meet. Now, I want to just say this. Lemmy, although, say what you want about him, the man is media trained. And I don't know if it's because his parents have also owned the network before, or if he's actually doing a little bit of research before he goes into interviews. The only time I've seen him a little bit sweat was when they interviewed with over there with them girls down at the Foxhole. And that's because maybe he felt, a little bit differently with coming with those women in the way that he was. Anyways, the interview, starts off, and I don't know if it was a Natalie Nunn interview or if it was a Lemmy interview, because Natalie Nunn was very much looking to Lemmy for certain answers, certain responses, and almost as if to approval or the nod of being, I'm looking for a word that I just can't get right now, but y'all know what I'm saying. They ask a question, and before she actually answers, she's looking at Lemmy like, is it okay, boss? Can I say something? Which speaks a lot to their dynamic. I do want to go on to say that there are some rumors circulating around SA and how Lemmy deals with the women talent over at the Zeus network, girl. And of course they didn't ask those questions directly because it's not really publicized in that way. But Charlemagne did what he could, y'all, to hold his feet to the fire. Now, I'm not doing a review of the interview. I'm just giving y'all my opinion. This is just an opinion video, just some commentary on the things that I picked up. So if you're here for those type of things, thank you, girl. I appreciate the support. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the channel, and also supporting the content. You were greatly appreciated. So yeah, let's just hop into it. One of my biggest takeaways is the fact that Charlemagne mentioned that he feels like Lemmy gets a certain sort of leniency that other women execs did not, i.e. Mona Scott Young. And I think that he raises a really good point. We do not hold Lemmy at all accountable for the things that he puts out. And I think that's because the consumers continue to consume the trash reality TV, myself included. I mean, I'll be lying if I said there weren't days where I was just like, I don't really want to watch this anymore. And I damn sure don't want to talk about it or review it, because sometimes it just gets borderline ugly. Like, it just gets dark. And y'all, I really hope that them playing that piano is not coming up. Oh my gosh. Let me get your church. Child, tell me you got kids without telling me you got kids. Hopefully y'all do not get any of that piano in there. Anyways, if you do, girl. Whew. Anyways, so yes. Anyways, I think he raises a really good point in recognizing that Lemmy kind of gets a pass. Yes, he puts out trash TV. Yes, it's a black-owned network, because what he does is he likes to hide behind black-owned, but doesn't really discuss what the content that he's putting out. He also mentions, we're going to be diversifying. We're 5 years in, and we're going to be diversifying. BET has been out for 30 years, which is a good point. And it's all about intentionality. He's been talking about diversifying for a minute now. If you running up a bag and Zeus got a check, well, where's the positive content? And I don't want to use doses of Drea. I just don't. Okay, we watched the show. She's not entertaining. Drea is not entertaining. She's entertaining to watch and look at on an Instagram photo, a reel even, but like, we're not really interested in that. We want to see some up and coming people making something, movers and shakers, and doing something different. So for him to try to lead with the doses of Drea just seems like a cop out to me. hiding behind I'm a black, streaming business doesn't negate the fact that the content that you put out is harmful. And it's almost as saying like, yeah, I sell crack, but I only sell to black people, or I am a black owned crack dealer. You know what I mean? It doesn't change what you're selling. And I think that we should take some responsibility as a consumer of the type of content that we like to watch. We want to see Joseline tell them bitches that they thrifty and $2 hoes. And we watch and we anticipate for baddies to drop and see what, who's fighting and what's what. It is what sells, and it is what causes the streams, and it is what causes the views. I can sit up here and make content on Love and Marriage Huntsville, although very still scandalous, but has some positive aspects and, family values and this, that, and the third. And still it in all, the videos that I made about, chance, one more chance is still going to get more views in a month than something positive. And that is just how these markets are set up. Lemmy's big claim to fame is just like, well, if I weren't doing it, then, bigger, larger corporations like Viacom are doing it, and we don't have any issues with that. And I'm now giving our content partners, which I think is so telemarketer-ish of him to say it in that way. It reminded me of, like, you ever been to one of those Primerica's, MLM places, and they're like, and sign up with me today and you can be a business owner and you're an independent contractor with us and you're a small business, but really you're just in a pyramid scheme. He kills me with this whole content partners situation. But he did speak on the fact that they're planning on diversifying. I mean, if we had $1 for every time he said he was diversifying on every interview, I think he's probably trying to build enough capital to fund it, maybe, because it's all self-financed. You always want to talk about that $1 billion valuation and Lemmy moving like the president. He has so much money. Well, if you have so much money, sir, then surely you have some opportunities to create different type of content. I do think that the downside is other companies, other television networking and programs don't have those same type of requests. We do not want a Bravo to come out and give us something that's supposed to be positive. And when you're in a reality TV space, what is truly positive? I can't think outside of, and I can't even say The Bachelor or these love shows, because that's damaging in its own way, girl, with their own misogynoir and everything else that happens, and the racism and everything else that takes place on those shows. So what does a positive show actually look like that we would, one, be interested in? I said this before and I'll say it again. I like the idea of like the Come Up House, Come Up LA. Now that CV had that, but they did it wrong, obviously, for obvious reasons. Getting influencers and people together in a home to try to make something happen. It's kind of like Bad Boys, but not. I don't know what that would look like. Moving right along, though, people are still going to watch, and people are still going to review, and people are still going to talk, because it is unfortunately what people want to see and talk about. Natalie also tried to give us a little explanation as far as why her and Joseline go at it. And I had to give this thought. With her and Joseline being, she says, close in age, and, we're in our own lanes all together. I think that I can see how Joseline doesn't really fool la la with Joseline like that, because, or, Natalie like that, because the personalities are huge. Who wants to be the queen of Zeus? Who do y'all think is the queen of Zeus? Natalie or what you call them? Or Joseline? I think I see Natalie and Lemmy out together more than I see him with Joseline, but Joseline speaks very highly of Lemmy. And I think he does a good job at trying to be fair. I don't know. I see the similarities between Natalie and Joseline. I think that Natalie's struggle and claim to hoodness and being tough is a little performative, whereas Joseline really has gone through some things in her life. I think that both Natalie and Joseline are very smart business women. I do think that people are now a little bit more interested in Baddies than Joseline's Cabaret. What Natalie is failing to realize is that a lot of this Baddies clout and this and that is stemming from Bad Girls Club, the original BGC. And the fans who were fans of BGC have literally just turned into Baddies fans. That's literally what they are. Baddies fans are old BGC fans and will probably never see Bad Girls Club in the way that we were originally introduced. And Natalie put that back together. The difference is that Joseline's Cabaret, they're all new fans. We never do anything like a Joseline's Cabaret or any cabaret show for that matter. Right? And although, yeah, Baddies East is getting a little bit more buzz before the cabaret, while the cabaret is airing. But before BGC was back out, Joseline's Cabaret was it. And it's a one-of-a-kind show. Joseline didn't have a built-in fan base for her being in this show type of way. We just remember her from I see you always with your maid outfit on like you always do. Like, you know, we've known her from the one-liners and her as a reality TV star altogether. Not this executive producer, businesswoman, TV personality in that way. So Joseline probably feel like, girl, you got this whole built-in band face from some shit that you don't own. That's why she likes to play. I own my intellectual property. If you ever watch any interviews where she talks about how she owns that. And Natalie, I'm sure she owns Baddies too, but it's not an original. Joseline's Cabaret is original. I don't remember strippers having shows like that. Right? I mean, like, was P. Valley out when Joseline started Joseline's Cabaret? I don't know. Another similarity is the fact, or I should say difference, and this is the one up for Natalie, is when girls go on Baddies, they go up. They go up, up in a way. All right. And what I mean by that is some of the girls that are on Baddies, even if they're not on the forefront, they go on to have longevity. Right. We've seen, what's that girl's name? Remy, the white girl that was on TV. She looked terrible after Joseline's Cabaret. Joseline can't keep no girls, no staff. She just now reintroducing us and bringing back Miss Natural. Whereas somebody like a Scotland, we know her, we love her, we see her. Her and Natalie are good girlfriends, regardless of whatever. However, Scotty is officially a baddie. She's there. She's been there for several seasons. She become a fan favorite, whether you think she's born, whether you like her or not. You see Scotty, you know it's Baddies. But if we see any of the girls that Joseline start with, we don't know if it's Joseline's Cabaret. We don't know if it's Now That's TV. We don't know if it's the strip club Fish Fry when we see them girls. So I think that Natalie is smart in building, not only is she building relationships and bonds with these girls, even if she don't like them, because I truly feel that her and Rolly didn't really like each other, but they got along just off the string. But she's putting women in positions to really get to a different type of bag over the course of time if you still deal with her. And not for nothing, we all know Natalie has a reputation to be a little sneaky, can't be trusted, can't do this. But I mean, we don't see Joseline being sneaky, but we damn sure know that she can't keep nobody around her for a long time. Look at Lucky, look at Daisy. She's not with any of her original girls. Even with Raven and she did the same thing with Chanel. Chanel came back as the bottom, but she came back, she played her. You know, she hasn't been able to, the girls have a better chance at sticking into the front of our minds longer if they side and go with Baddies than the Cabaret. Period. And I love Joseline down. And I like Natalie. All in all, this interview was cute. They're just getting geared up for Baddies East. That's going to be happening in a couple days. I think this Sunday is the premiering episode. And, the next time y'all try to come at me for negative content, I'm going to just say, girl, this is the Black-owned channel. And keep it pushing, y'all. And with that being said, y'all, I do plan on switching up some of this content just a little. I'm still going to be doing my reviews because y'all know that's how I'll give it up. But I do want to fulfill even my own morality in this whole content creation scene. So be on the lookout for that. Drop down in the comments if that's something you definitely know you'll be interested in, because it'll just give me a little boost, girl. It's obviously I got a lot going on, child. So it's a lot. Thank you so much for being here. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.